Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hopefully you are perfectly well and fine and must be coping up with your lectures, but you have to. Anyhow, dear students, we are actually doing or we already have started this topic of input devices, in which we dig deep into pointing input devices, and in pointing input devices we are done with some of the types like mouse and trackball and joystick and touch screen, etc. So today our today's aim and objective is to actually discuss the pointing input device called as touchpad. So basic concept you need to understand about is what basically is a touchpad. Touchpad is a pointing input device which can sense the movement of fingers on the pad. Like trackball, touchpad is also stationary. It is static, but it has no moving parts on it. It is also not movable. So it is a small flat surface or sensitive pad over which a user moves fingertip. This is touchpad. This is a touchpad of a laptop. So the movement of fingertip moves the pointer on screen. Touchpad also has two buttons located below. This is the left button and this is the right button of the touchpad. So these buttons work like the mouse buttons, right and left button, which are used to click, open something, which are basically used to open some drop-down list. So touchpad is normally used with laptops. Touchpad is also called as glide point, GLIDE, glide point, or pressure sensitive pad or trackpad. A touchpad is an input device on laptops and it allows the user to move a cursor with their finger. It can be used in place of an external mouse. With desktop computers, you use mouse, but with laptops, on the place of a mouse, you actually use touchpad. So a touchpad is operated by using your finger and dragging it across the flat surface of the touchpad. As you move your finger on the surface, the mouse cursor moves in that same direction. Like most computer mouse, the touchpad also has two buttons below the touch surface that allows you to left click or right click. You can also say that it is a device. Touchpad is a device that translates the motion of fingers on a surface into a relative position of the cursor on the screen. Touchpads operate in certain ways. We would be discussing those certain ways. Before that, you need to know that how to scroll using the touchpad. Scrolling with a touchpad can be done using one of the following methods, like place the fingers on the right side or on the direct surface of that touchpad, and when you would move your finger on that touchpad, along with that movement, the cursor or pointer would move on the screen. So most touchpads allow the user to place two fingers on the touchpad and drag them up or down to scroll. Some touchpads have a vertical scroll area built in on the left or right side. Moving your finger up and down in this section of the touchpad allows you to scroll. So the two most, if you talk about the working of the touchpad, the two most commonly used methods in making of touchpad are conductive sensing and capacitive sensing. There are two types or there are two ways in which touchpads can work. There are two commonly used methods in making of a touchpad, two most commonly used technologies used in the making of a touchpad. That is capacitive sensing and conductive sensing. You need to understand that when you touch a touchpad, below the touchpad exists a horizontal set of wires. Exactly below the touchpad, there exists a a matrix of wires. You already know that a matrix means a combination of rows and columns. Matrix, a combination of rows and columns. So if we are saying that exactly below the touchpad exists a matrix of wires, means all the wires below the touchpad are arranged in the form of rows and columns, as you can see here on the screen. That assume that this is your touchpad, and below the touchpad the wires are placed in the form of matrix, in the form of rows and columns. These are the vertical set of wires, these, while these are the horizontal set of wires. This is a horizontal wire, this is a horizontal wire. So a low conductivity material is basically present in these wires. So when you press a touchpad, what happens? These vertical and horizontal wires are you can assume that they play the role of x and y axis. These vertical wires play the role of y axis, and these horizontal rows play the role of basically x axis. So combine, if we talk in total, in combine, these x and y placed wires, or vertical and horizontal placed wires, are basically creating, this matrix is creating x and y coordinates. So when you press basically you press a touchpad, what happens that when you press that touchpad, below that these x and y coordinates on a particular location, they get activated. When you are pressing the touchpad, you are at that moment you are actually creating an x and y coordinate on some position with the help of these matrix placed wires. So we were talking about the two types of technologies being used in the touchpad: capacitive sensing and conductive sensing. Let's first of all talk about the capacitive sensing. What is capacitive sensing? So capacitive sensing is the technology which is most commonly used nowadays. Capacitive sensing or capacitive sensors detect anything which is conductive or has dielectric properties. Dielectric property means that no conductive properties, means current cannot pass through them. So capacitive sensors are also located inside the matrix of wires, inside the grid of wires in some of the touch screens, and capacitive sensors detect anything which is conductive or which is non-conductive. So our body has the conductive properties, hence it works. This is not the case when you use a pencil. When you touch your finger with the capacitive sensing based touchpads, of course that is obvious that our body has got the conductive properties, so touchpad works when we touch the touchpad with our finger. But when you touch the touchpad with a pencil, then it would not work like your finger, because the pencil is made up of wood, and wood doesn't have any conductive properties. So the capacitive sensitive touchpad has two parts: ground and sensor. When the finger is brought closer to the touchpad, then the capacitance of the system increases. To absorb the current or voltage, this capacity increases. From the position of capacitors which are charging and discharging at any point of time, the coordinates of point, coordinates x and y coordinates or x and y points of touch are determined. When you press the touch screen, the x and y coordinates, the touch on a certain x and y coordinates are determined. Capacitance is basically defined as the ability of a pair of conductors to hold an electric charge. This pair of conductors is called as a capacitor. So when a voltage is applied across these conductors, an electric field forms in the dielectric. So we were talking about capacitive touch sensors. So since fingers are conductive objects, as human body is conductive, the current can pass through it. We can use this principle to track a finger based on how the finger changes the electric field. In the case of touch panels, touch pads, the conductors are 2 layers of electrodes on a touch sensor. Means the conductors are 2 layers of electrodes on a touch sensor. On a touch sensor, 2 layers of electrodes are present, which have conductors. So suppose this is the area below a touchpad. This matrix is basically showing the grid of wires. The grid of wires arranged in the form of a matrix. These are horizontal wires, x coordinates, and these are vertical. These are basically vertical wires showing the y coordinates. So with the combination of x and y coordinates, with the combination of these vertical and horizontal wires, basically the touch of a person is sensed on a certain location. For example, here this is the location of a touchpad where you touched the touchpad. What would happen? That where you actually touched this touchpad, there a movement was detected by these x and y coordinates, as your touch happened to be at the junction of some x and y coordinate. Likewise, this is the conductive sensing. We talked about it earlier too, but let's talk about it in detail. That this is conductive sensing. What happens in conductive sensing? In conductive sensing, touchpads, there are 2 layers of grids used. One layer has horizontal set of wires. Likewise here, horizontal set of wires and vertical set of wires. There is a low conductivity material between the wire intersection, so that electricity does not flow between the wires. The grid of wires also it is present in the capacitive sensing. It is also present in the conductive sensing. The difference is basically of the material. In conductive sensing, the material coated is of low conductivity. This low conductivity material is present between the wire intersections in a way that the electricity does not flow between these wires. So when the touchpad is present at a point, is pressed at a point, the material gets thinner between the wires, allowing the flow of electricity. When you press the touchpad, the electric signal, the wires actually on the x and y coordinates, x and y junction, actually they allow the flow of electricity at that moment. Then the coordinates of point of contact is determined. When this sensing method is used, then any touchpad friendly object can be used to work on it, including pencil, finger, or any object. So the capacitance sensing touchpad does not allow other than the fingers. You need to press the touchpad, capacitance sensing touchpad, through the fingers only. While in conductive sensing, it happens that sometimes it allows pencils or any other objects other than fingers too. So dear students, we are done with now. This is the end of our lecture. Inshallah, in our next lectures, we will be doing more pointing devices. Till then, Allah Hafiz.